And we're back. So as promised, here comes Prisoner of Azkaban. I even brought out my giant Marauders map that I got gifted a couple of years back by my sister. Let's get into it. I remember this had such a different feel to it compared to the first two. Yeah, it's already getting silvery. It just feels different to the first two, and we're like starting off right at Harry. Prisoner of Azkaban. Yeah, it's silver now instead of the gold. Even that fading in and out in the little circle feels a lot different. I feel like we're seeing different camera shots in the past too, like these angles, kind of shaky cameras.
Nothing.
Yeah, they've definitely probably grown since the last one, but it's less of a big shock because, you know, they're past the weird puberty bit where all their voices dropped, which really threw me in the last one.
Wonderful little chippy poo.
I feel like you shouldn't give dogs wine or alcohol in general. Ooh.
If there's something wrong with the bitch, then there's something wrong with the pup.
She's using the term bitch correctly. That is what you call a female dog. It's funny how comical they make this word. Did she deserve that? Maybe, actually. Bye-bye, balloon auntie.
Anywhere's better than here.
Yeah, so he didn't really stand up for himself that much in the second one, but at this point in his angsty teen stage, he's like, F it, I'm done. Now what? Yeah, like this feels like a horror movie shot, everything moving on its own. Hey, Sirius. Oh, yeah, Night Bus. Never returns. In the movies at least, but I'm pretty sure it shows up in the whatchamacallit, in the books.
Yeah, take it away, Ernie. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
I never understood what those tiny heads were about.
Who is that? That man?
Gary Oldman. Like, they introduced a lot of good characters in the third one too, like Sirius Black, Lupin, obviously, you know, Mooney, Padfoot, all that jazz, with the Marauders map, so that Fred and George actually kind of speak in this one, because I don't think they've really had much speaking ones in the past couple of movies. Oh, this was also at, I feel like I've mentioned this a lot, but when you go Wizarding World of Harry Potter, they had, in the Flourish and Blotts, there was a book cage, and it had this book in it, and I got close and it started munching, and I got a bit freaked out. Just like Harry. Maybe it's time to... I like the design of the book. Little tentacles and the chomp.
I'm warning you,
Crookshanks. Oh, and of course Peter Pettigrew. Wormtail. I was trying to remember. I was like, Prongs? No, that's James.
Oh, unless you count Tom.
Hey, Fred, George, Percy, always just floating in the background.
Everything's there. Good boy. Thank you.
Such a mum. Oh, I couldn't imagine being a mum too. God, how many kids is there? Weasley's 8.
But I think that you need to know the facts.
So don't do it in public, man.
Black lost everything, but to this day,
Pretty sure everyone behind you can hear Arthur.
a faithful.
I do know some people say that Prisoner of Azkaban is like their least favorite. I know one of my friends, it's her least favorite. It's her favorite book, but her least favorite movie. I think they do change things a lot, but I don't know. The way that it kind of looks, like it's a lot grayer because the first two were quite bright. I quite like it.
Seems to be. Why?
Hermione has a carry case for Crookshanks. You'd think Ron would have a carry something for Scabbers and not just hold him all the time. It's a grey old day. There's another joke with England that it's always grey. Reminds me of New Zealand. New Zealand's grey a lot. I've always liked the design of the Dementors. And I do remember they're meant to be like depression, the whole feeling nothing. Or basically making you relive the worst moments of your life, and they do that enough that you start to feel nothing. And then, I mean, the feeling cold thing, I think, just, you know, adds to the aesthetic of them. But Yeah, like I think if it's because Guillermo del Toro, he did this. Like, look at that shot. Because like I watched Pan's Labyrinth and that scared me so much. But all these shots and the way everything's designed, maybe it was a good choice for Prisoner of Azkaban. Like, look at that. That looks so cool. Spooky cool. Anyway, Lupin, you want to do something? I always liked that bit, how her scream turns into that whistle.
It's all right, it's chocolate.
Oh, I don't have chocolate. I want chocolate. Give me chocolate.
Excuse me, I need to have a little word with the driver.
What's his name? The dude that plays Remus? David something? I just remember he was the bad guy in Wonder Woman, which I thought was odd.
We thought maybe you were having a fit or something.
Crookshanks looks so cuddly. Jam. Oh yeah, this is when you see the carriages going up, because in the second they were in the car, and they explain the Thestrals in the fifth. Is this from Shakespeare, right? Macbeth? Was it Macbeth? Something wicked this way comes.
Another year at Hogwarts.
New Dumbledore.
I'd like to
Hey,
say a few
Gambit.
words.
Yeah, 'cause like Richard Harris was quite, you know, quiet and happy to himself, and this one's quite loud, like that goblet of fire scene that's going to come up in the next one.
I mean,
And
you
they gave up
actually
on
fainted.
slicking back
Shove off,
Draco's
Malfoy.
hair.
How did he find it?
I don't know if we haven't seen much of the fat lady in that.
Yeah, listen.
But since she actually has something happen to her in this one, here she is. No, she was in the first. It was a different one. Amos is talking. The other kids are talking.
Oh!
Dean gets walked through by a ghost.
Do not give him one again.
Like, the scene feels random, but also it's kind of cute, because I don't think there's been a scene like this in the other one where all 5 of the boys are just hanging out and being kids. If it was all animals, then why is it like a... Oh, and a dog into fighting. That seems like typical boy game. And again, look at that shot. Like, their design is so cool. Seriously though, these shots. I think that's why I like this third one so much. Just so much about the way it looks. Oh yes, Trelawney.
The truth lies bedded like a sentence.
I don't like tea, so I'd have trouble with this because I just wouldn't drink the tea.
Rubbish.
Where did you come from?
Hermione just
Been
teleports
here all
in.
this time.
And you can see her hiding her time turner.
It's among
This
the
guy.
darkest omens in our
What
world.
is this meant to be?
It's an
He says this and the thing about Sirius Black about trying to catch smoke with your hands. Like, who is he and why is he so dramatic?
Shut up, Malfoy.
Well, Harry's having none of it in this movie. I still don't think Crabbe and Goyle have said anything in these movies. Except for when they were Harry and Ron.
Isn't he beautiful?
He kind of is. Eagle horse. Neville went down.
Well done, Harry.
I love that Neville went down, everyone else backed up, and Harry's like, what? Yeah, you're not bad, I'll allow.
They let you ride him now. What?
I beg your pardon? Hagrid's teaching methods are odd. Literally chuck the children on the creatures. And then be like, bye! This is a ride. I think there's like a Buckbeak ride, right? I didn't do that one in Osaka. We went through the Hogwarts castle. There was a Buckbeak one, but you had to, it wasn't on like the express pass, and I didn't want to line up for hours, so we didn't do it. Yeah. Again, like with all these shots, I feel like you didn't get to see the castle and the area so much in the first two.
Yes, you're not dangerous at all, are you? You
Look at that
great
strut.
looking brute.
Oh, that's killed me. It's killed me.
Calm down.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
I think you come to Hogwarts.
There's dramatic dude.
Do you? 50 minutes. It's like trying to catch smoke. Like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands.
Calm down, dude. But Seamus has so many lines in this. Like, he had nothing in the last one. You got all these, like, scenes of it to get towards. Boggarts. Boggarts.
That's a boggart, that is.
Very good, Mr.
And Dean gets a line. We were complaining about that in the last one.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Yeah, go Neville,
Come
go.
on, don't be shy. Come on.
He's gotten taller. He's like outgrown the main two. There's a lot of people would be scared of a giant spider. Ugh.
Right, well, sorry about that. That's enough for today. If you'd all like to collect your books
2-minute
and go back to the
class, we're done. Take the rest of your 40 minutes and just chill.
Parent or a guardian can sign. Since I am
I
neither,
think
it would be
McGonagall's
inappropriate.
like green dress, green robe thing. I like that.
By your eyes.
You have your mother's eyes.
The fat lady, she's gone.
Hey Jenny, first words this movie.
Rest of you, in the Great Hall.
Hogwarts is a wacky place. You know, last year a snake was killing people. This year mass murderers are coming in. Why are you going one page at a time, Ron?
Or do you take pride in being an insufferable know-it-all?
He's got a point, you know.
I thought it'd be better if Ron did the whole defending Hermione thing instead of the whole agreeing with them. Quidditch! Terrible weather. But, you know, the game's that important to them. It's their one sport and they're gonna be proud of it. I'm just loving all these shots. That's another good one.
Really? I meant the match. Who won?
Priorities. Oh, another Hedwig transition scene. Fly into winter. Last time she flew into spring.
I solemnly swear that I am up to no
Memoides
good.
map. Look at this, it's huge. And then on the inside, it opens up even more, see? Look at that. Even on here, like it keeps just opening. It's so cool. Oh, that one's blank, but still.
Say,
My background.
mischief managed. Otherwise anyone can read it.
Otherwise anyone can read it. In the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, I did spend the most money in the Honeydukes place because it was sweets. No one's gonna be suspicious of a floating lollipop.
Don't your family sleep in one room?
How come it's only Crab or Goyle? I don't know which is which.
I say, no underage wizards allowed in today. Shut the damn door!
What is with the tiny heads?
This, Sirius Black was and remains to this day Harry Potter's godfather.
Random aside, you know, like being a godfather, I think that's like a religious thing. Like, so if anything happens to the parents, then, you know, that person will help raise them. But I think, yeah, it kind of comes something about, like, raising them with God or something like that. I don't know. I just always thought it had something to do with religion. The whole appointing someone a godfather or a godmother.
Who was that friend?
And Harry.
I hope he finds me.
Harry's a bit angsty in this one. And then fourth, he chills out a bit, and then in fifth, he's peak mad. Oh, I can't remember what my Patronus is. Did you guys ever go in Pottermore? My Patronus is a falcon. I had to look it up. My Patronus is a falcon. I didn't have time to hide. I was just like,
What are you
hey,
doing wandering the corridors at night?
sleepwalking?
I'm sleepwalking.
Angsty, sassy Harry coming in strong today.
Peter Pettigrew.
What? Yeah, the magic of that map, kind of confusing. Like, showing all the paths out, sure, but knowing where everyone went.
Your soul as dry as the pages of the books to which you so desperately cleave.
Quite a burn. Or, you know, just an insult. Yeah, screw you, Crystal Ball. Screw you, Trelawney. Hermione's got a lot of sass in this one, too. Coffee mug time. I keep forgetting everything's backwards. Anyway, I've got my Brooklyn Nine-Nine mug.
We better take this back. What, going back?
I feel that with Ron. Like, that's a lot of stairs. I came down. Unless I have to go have class there, I'm not going back up. Enough Nothing ominous about a dude with a hooded cloak just sharpening his axe amongst the crows. Guess they're all scared because they know Hermione's good at magic. Hermione's apparently also good at punching. This is the first one where they end it and they're not in their robes, they're in like their regular clothes. He hugs the Ron and Harry. Harry wants cuddles too. Come on. One thing I like, try me! How blind is Harry? Like, my prescription's pretty strong, and the way he's squinting, he can't even see the giant tree in front of him. He must be pretty blind.
Where's Harry? He's a trap. He's a dog. He's an animagus.
Hey, Sirius. It's not just your picture anymore. I've seen him in so many movies. And he always looks different.
Well, Hermione, you really are the brightest witch of your age I've ever met.
Enough talk, Remus.
Sirius like, come on, let me just kill Pettigrew. God.
Very well. Kill him. But wait 1 more minute.
You gotta explain first.
I beg you.
Severus, don't be a fool.
He can't help it, it's habit, mate.
Sirius, be quiet.
Find yourself, Remus.
Listen to you two quarreling like...
Lupin's like, I give up.
Pettigrew's alive. And he's right there.
I'm wrong.
Hey, it's meant.
Hey, Wormtail.
Haven't I been a good friend, a good pet? You'll never give me to the Dementors, will you? I was your rat. Oh, sweet.
Didn't I make a good pet? That's so weird.
Expelliarmus!
Too little, too late. Hey, Mr. Wu.
Professor
I like the
Lupin.
design. I just remember the, like, Buffy werewolves. Oh god, it's a werewolf. Kicks kids. I just found that shot funny. He's like, and then all of a sudden he's unconscious again. And at this point, his happy thought is, I'm leaving the Dursleys. And was my dad's best friend. That's a pretty strong shield considering how many Dementors there are. Here comes the stag. Shoo, Dementors! Shoo, shoo, shoo! I know it's acting, but the way that like Harry looks at Sirius. I think it's also behind the scenes, like Daniel Radcliffe said, he learned a lot from Gary Oldman since Gary's like a seasoned actor. And he sort of talked to him about like that kind of show that he did on stage, which was his first one, the horse one. So that's kind of cool. Art imitating life or what have you.
When meddled with.
I just find it funny, even though they didn't do this in the movies, how in the 5th JK wrote all her time turners out by saying they broke it all when they visited the ministry, because she was like, oh yeah, time travel is never easy to write without, you know, holes, because then it's how you fix everything. I think that's why some people don't like Prisoner of Azkaban, because it uses just the time turner as a, what's the word, like a MacGuffin, like a plot device. That's literally how they fix everything in the end. Yeah, anyway, that's my biggest problem. Well, that's one of my problems with Cursed Child, is they have that magic time turner that makes you go back years. I always wanted one of those time turner necklaces. Don't touch it! I don't really think, no matter how good of a student you are, if they had the ability to make someone to have to go back in time, they wouldn't give it to a 13-year-old, no matter how good of a student they were.
Not good. Brilliant.
I like the concert in the background. I wonder if that stays all the way. Like how Dumbledore's like, where's Hagrid's house? And it's like, the house, right? The only house there. He always like how Dumbledore, you know, he's just always either delaying it or he's like, I know something's going down, because I'm Dumbledore.
Hurry up, okay?
Hermione's got the right idea to get animals to come. Hermione knows.
Ferret.
Ferret, yeah. Food. Snacks. Anyone with an animal knows that's how they are.
After all, how could you? He's been with us all the time.
Well,
It was my dad who conjured the Patronus.
Harry, your dad's
Dead, I know.
I know he's dead. Not crazy.
Oh.
Just pretty sure I saw him. You're like, no wait, it's myself. You know what I just realized? In the first, it's all three of them, and then Harry facing off Voldemort. In the second, Hermione was out because she was petrified in their final adventure. And then in the third, Ron was out because of his legs, so then it was Harry and Hermione this time instead of Harry and Ron. I was just thinking, like, it's like how Ron's not in this final adventure, at least this bit of it, and it's like, oh yeah. And then in the fourth, it's just Harry again, and then by the fifth, there's lots of people. Behind you, always behind you. Yeah, back off. These are my peeps. I did it, guys. I saved you. The ticking's back.
Come on!
It's a very pretty piece of music right now. Whoa, look at that glow. No, nice, other Harry. Bombarda! Bombarda! What did you think? Because Sirius had escaped from Azkaban already, they'd have more people guarding him. Considering how slippery of a dude he is. Ticking's back. Louder this time, because it's like you're literally out of time at this point. Gotta run back. We see a lot of this clock in this one, like the shots going through the clock. A lot of things about time turner. Hey, Dumbledore. They're like, how do we fit in this firebolt thing since we took out all the Quidditch stuff in this book? Harry's gonna fly home, apparently. It's the only movie that ends on a screenshot.
I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good.
Oh my god, it's not Guillermo del Toro. I'm such a ding dong. I feel like an idiot now because I was saying it's that, but yeah, so Alfonso, he did do Pan's Labyrinth. It wasn't Guillermo del Toro, but he also did yeah, Children of Mean Gravity. So he's done a lot of like really cool films. Why did I think it was Guillermo? I'm such a ding dong. I cannot believe I thought it was Guillermo. Alfonso. Anyway. So yeah, that was Prisoner of Azkaban. Still a lot of fun, definitely. I was a lot more into it. Pacing wise, it definitely felt a lot faster, I guess because more things were happening. And like the newer characters, there's newer characters introduced like Lupin and Sirius Black. And since obviously I've read the whole series and stuff, I'm very attached to those characters. It was also really nice to see a lot of the other kids get more speaking roles. Like Seamus had a lot, Dean had a bit, Ginny still only had like one, the twins had a lot, Percy was again just there, and then who were the other ones that got more? Oh, that one really dramatic guy that has the 2 lines. But yeah, it just felt like kind of, yeah, I don't know, there's just kind of a lot more things are starting to happen, and obviously with Goblet of Fire, the Triwizard Tournaments, there's more, and then there's the Beauxbatons and Durmstrongs. I don't know, more stuff's happening, and then obviously with Voldemort, things just really kick off, so I'm a lot more upbeat and excited for these next couple of ones. In between the movies, I may decide to do a different one if it's been on my mind, like what I did with Encanto, which was a lot of fun, and I'm still thinking about Tick Tick Boom and other kind of musicals in between just to break these up. But yeah, that's it for Prisoner of Azkaban. Still one of my top movies. Let me know what your thoughts are. Again, like, comment, subscribe if you feel like it. If not, that's all good. This has been a lot of fun, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!